Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony trying to break Puerto Rican generational curses con esta película titulada El Cantante, but they were ahead of their time. People weren't ready to accept Héctor Lavoe's truth. This movie was bashed by critics and Puerto Ricans alike. Even Puerto Rican artists that were in the movie themselves were like, nah, this is a piece of shit. This is not what Héctor... This movie destroyed Mark Anthony, so much so that he was never in a movie again for 15 years. He took a 15-year hiatus from making movies. Not to mention that before this came out, he was in Man on Fire with Denzel Washington. Do you remember that gem of a fucking movie? Mark Anthony, a good actor. You have to give it to him. El flaquito lagartijo. Él sabe actuar, puñeta. He just fucking got it. And this movie is good. This movie is great. This movie is an accurate portrayal of a woman's view on her ex-husband or her husband, on Héctor Lavoe, Pucci, Nilda Pucci Pérez, puñeta. When the movie starts and Jennifer Lopez is acting her ass off, being with that fucking ghetto, New Yorican, Bronx attitude de que, oh, if you wanted someone else's story, you would interview someone else. And that is the point of, that sets the tone for the entire movie. I don't know what movie people were watching. Es que los boricuas nunca queremos aceptar que tenemos gente que están en vicio. We have a hard time. Well, we don't. My age, my generation, millennial Puerto Ricans, we know, yeah, we have aunts and uncles that do drugs, and we help them out when we can. No one wanted to see that in Héctor Lavoe. The man lost his brother at a young age. The man lost his son by an accident for a gun that he got, that he introduced into his home. Of course he was fucked up. Of course he tried to commit suicide. All of that portrayed in this movie. Y la música, puñeta. Che, che, cole, que bueno es, che, che. Willie Colon is portrayed beautifully. And by beautifully, I mean that he's an asshole that's lovable, which is what he is in real life. A MAGA nowadays. Sí, el tipo que hizo Simón, hoy en día vota por Trump. Entiéndase that when you watch this movie, you have to intake the worst part of the movie. And when I say the worst, it is something that is so unforgivable in this movie. Es la película de Johnny Pacheco. The wig that they put on the character Johnny Pacheco es como que cabrones. I've seen Johnny Pacheco. You Google his picture and then watch the movie. Tú te quedas cabrón. You guys did him dirty. Whoever put that wig on that character did not like Johnny Pacheco in real life. They're like, ¿y tu abuela dónde está, cabrón? La abuela tuya no te dio ese pelo. But to go back to the primary subject of this is that this movie needs a shot, okay? Esta película vale la pena que todo puertorriqueño lo vea. I loved the way the movie was shot. This is cinematography que tú te quedas como puñeta. This looks good. The music obviously is going to be amazing. 60s, 70s, 80s salsa. The salsa boom, Fania, showing how the artists were taking advantage of, to an extent, Pucci having to ask, where's my money? Where's my money? The concert that Héctor Lavoe threw in Puerto Rico before he decided to throw himself over the ledge at that hotel, vacío, empieza a llover. That's a reality that happened to Héctor Lavoe. Do you understand that when Ismael Miranda, who plays in the movie, Ismael Miranda plays Héctor Lavoe's father in the movie, ¿verdad? And he's saying, I don't want you to go to New York. And then when Héctor comes back, played by Mark Anthony again, who just plays. Mark Anthony deserves recognition for this movie. He stopped trying to be Boricua. Both him and J-Lo stopped trying to be Boricua after Puerto Ricans did not accept them for this movie. They're from New York. Mind you, ellos son New Yorkers, and the ones that are criticizing the movie mainly, besides Willie Colon, son puertorriqueños de Puerto Rico que vienen a Nueva York to perform. They don't live the New York lifestyle. They don't got AIDS like Héctor had. Tú estás entendiendo? So when the New Yorkers are telling you, hey, this is New York salsa, this is what the vibe is like, I would believe them. Yo creo en Jennifer Lopez, yo creo en Marc Anthony, yo creo en la producción. This movie was distributed and marketed by Picture House, by the way, which in the late 90s and early 2000s was the A24 of movie distribution. They distributed Donnie Darko. They distributed Y Tu Mamá También. They distributed The Handmaiden. Entiéndase que son artsy-fartsy movies that have, that are going for awards. No son películas chupitruki. No, this movie had all of the motion behind it. But as soon as it was displayed, it was featured for the first time, I think it was Sundance or something in 2006. The movie released in 2007, August 6, 2007, a year later, because people immediately were down on it. Jennifer Lopez went to bat for this movie. She's like, this is what it was. This is the story that we wanted to tell. We're telling you the story that we believe happened. We're telling you based on what we know. We're telling you based on the interviews. We're telling you based on what life was like at that moment. Y ustedes no lo quieren aceptar. I think the movie is so powerful to show the struggling artist who isn't struggling financially but struggling inside. Like when you see that Héctor Lavoe is going to La Perla and he's just thinking, now, granted, this is, a fantasy. They're also deep diving into the toxic relationship that they had, Héctor y Pucci. And when I say toxic, ellos se meten cantazo. De que bim bang, ¿tú me entiendes? They don't show punches, pero there was cuts and bruises on J-Lo, on Mark. Why? Because it's funny. There's an interview, a red carpet interview, when J-Lo is saying she has bandages. At some point in the movie, tú puedes notar que ella tiene curita. She has bandages on her fingers because Héctor Lavoe used to wear a lot of jewelry, a lot of rings. And in a scuffle that they were playing, pop, she cut her fingers. And that's portrayed, and that was a big deal.
She got all crazy on the set and did the extras and tried to attack me, and it was unscripted. And my character had all these really jagged gold rings, and her fingers somehow got caught under, and she bled for like 3 days and peeled the skin of her fingers back. But I said, that's what you get for even trying to attack me.
Like, they went method. Mark and J-Lo went method on this movie. And Mark is like, yeah, you shouldn't be hitting me. Like, she went off script. That wasn't in the script. J-Lo just decided to hit me. So I was like, don't hit me, bitch. And it's funny, but you could tell that a little bit of their relationship was in this movie too, and it's not to say that it was good or bad. They ended in divorce. Pero they did it for the art. I believe that this movie is a display of art. This is a display of Puerto Rican power, puñeta, and we just did not pay attention. I say we, I don't mean us. I don't mean millennials. I mean Gen X boomers. They bashed it. All right, they did not accept that. They didn't. Oh no, it focuses too much on drugs. It focuses too much on his sickness. Puñeta, we see the good Héctor Lavoe. We hear the music. We know about the good times. We wanted to know the behind the scenes. When the movie opens up, after that little interview scene, everyone is looking for Hector because he has to go to a concert, right? Like, he's gonna perform and no one can find him. And Pucci's the only one that knows where he's at. They pick him up, they put him in the back of a limo, and she's snorting coke off of his thighs or on top of his balls. And it's just a reminder of Wolf of Wall Street. But this is before the Wolf of Wall Street. You mean to me, you're telling me, ¿verdad? Que nosotros tenemos una escena Wolf of Wall Street level, that type of like energy, porque esta película es energy. This movie is motion, and yes, there's the 1 hour mark where it drags, okay? But the movie is funny. The movie is so fucking funny, and Puerto Ricans were funny sin tratar. Cuando estamos hablando por ahí, cuando estamos del tú a tú, J-Lo is fucking hilarious in this movie, and she's also very sad and depressing. Mark, the eyes, bro, like la tristeza que muestran esos ojos. This movie is near perfect compared to all of the other biographical movies. That One Love with Bob Marley, they did Bob wrong with that fucking movie. Brad Pitt, you should be ashamed. You produced that movie. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Fuck you. That movie could have been great. This movie was great. This movie shows you everything that you didn't know and wanted to know about Héctor Lavoe. Watch El Cantante. We need to get this movie re-released, puñeta. We need a re-release in 4K. I want to see this in puñeta, que yo lo ponga ahí, se vea, boom, take some of the graininess out or add the graininess, pop them colors, give me more sound, cheche cole aguanile. The way that the songs are introduced, giving you an idea of what you should feel when you're listening to this music. Like, oh my God, I can't listen to Aguanile and not think, oh my God, this is after Hector decided to go to rehab. This is when he decided de que él no quería ya ser un drogadicto. He was trying. Agua, puñeta. This movie is heart. Esto es una película boricua de verdad. Y si tú eres boricua, Dale un chance, brother. The movie is available right now on Tubi de gratis. If you don't got Tubi, you can get it. It's free, all right? And put it on your TV and raise the volume to 1,000. Disfrútate esa música. Dance when the music is telling you to dance. The fact that the music has subtitles in English so that you can understand what it's saying. This movie was so fucking ahead of its time, it's ridiculous. Go and watch El Cantante, por favor. Do yourself a favor.